guy that would be back here.
It kind of feels like whoever comes in for this job, like you come in knowing that you don't really run the Red Sox, though, right? Like, is that? I mean, your first thing is you're told who your manager is. I don't know if that's a great thing.
Yeah, listen, I don't think it's ideal, but I do think that a lot of teams would sort of walk in and they still regard him as one of a very good manager.
Yeah.
One of the better managers. So it's not like they're being forced in some guy that they think just an idiot. So but yeah, and nothing says that he's going to have to be here throughout the entire tenure of the guy who they hire, anyways, right? So maybe but the hard part is the fact he's going to be in a one-year deal. So the minute you're going to come in here, you're going to give him an extension, without actually working together for an entire year. That's when it gets a little strange. Because I don't think he's going to sit there and be a lame duck manager and only manage his team on a one-year deal.
Yeah, and I don't know how often you see like the Bill Belichick where you have the coach that also runs the player personnel, but could this also be a sign that Cora might be, forget about what his title might be, but like when he have a little bit more of a say in that?
Well, I think he hopes he'd have a say in some of the needs of this team. Maybe have a better relationship or communication or better understanding, maybe on the same page with the next guy. I do wonder if it sort of tells you that they have an idea of the 2 or 3 candidates that it could be, and all of them will probably be on board with a guy like Alex Cora, whether it's past relationships or whatever it may be. But I think he would love to be able to sit there, like I felt like he did with Dombrowski, and be like, I need a starter. I need a closer. I need a right-handed bat. Dave's like, done, 24 hours. Got him, right? I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for as a manager. You want your guy to go and get everybody.
Now, he also said today that if all goes to plan, Chris Sale will be the opening day starter next year. Why even come out with that today?
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's just dealing with Chris Sale. I know people will lose their minds over it. And if Chris Sale's your opening day starter, our rotation sucks. He could still be your 5th road starter. They just, out of respect, of having an off season and coming in being the guy, he might give him an opening day. Opening day is overrated. I know people go crazy with it. So, I don't know, healthy offseason with Chris Sale. Can he come out? He's making his 20th start today. He's going to go over 100 innings. I think maybe an optimist might have thought you were going to get that out of him. Mm-hmm. So next year, what can you count on him if he's even here? So it'll be interesting to see how this thing shakes up in the offseason.
Jeff Passan told Jared Carrabis a list of, I think it was 7 teams that are interested in Shohei Ohtani. The Red Sox were one of them. I know you're out on Ohtani, but do you think this is more of like the Red Sox are of course interested in everybody and they just miss on everybody, or because they know things need to change, how they're back-to-back last place finishes? Do you think this could be more realistic than maybe we thought a couple months ago?
I still don't. I mean, we'll see how this thing goes. They could end up signing him. It would be great, but you can give $40 million to a guy that doesn't fix your problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, awesome. The big signing is fantastic. What did we do? Did we improve our defense? No, he's a DH. Did we improve our staff? No, he's a DH. He can't pitch for another year. Great. Well, 2025 should be a fun year. To me, it's just, and that's why. Like, that's why. And maybe it's just too much like the here and the now. But I want this team to go out there and get a guy like Aaron Nola, that I know that can go out and give you 200 innings and 30 starts like he has recently. Or Yamamoto, because the upside, what he could and couldn't be. So those are the guys that I'm interested in.
Both ideally and also realistically, how many of the 5 starters to begin next year in the rotation aren't currently on the roster?
Maybe just 2.
Okay.
To be honest with you, like I actually, we'll see what happens, but I think Pavetta's a starting pitcher. And I know people have like just a bad taste in their mouth with Nick Pivetta, but I feel like he's been a different guy. And it's kind of for reasons of a slider. He's actually bringing a slider into play. He was always a fastball, curveball guy. I think his slider makes him a different pitcher. And quite frankly, when the season started and I looked at this entire staff, I said, there's only one guy I feel good about giving you 30 starts and 160 innings, and that's Nick Pivetta, because he's the only one that's been able to do it in the last 3 or 4 years. And that is meaningful. Like this kid that's going today for them, Kramer, making his 33rd start of the year. He's going to have 170 innings. He's got a 4.5 ERA. I'm not saying he's going to be your ace.
Right.
But if Bayo's like your 2 and Pavetta's your 5, that's kind of where you're looking at, I think.
All right, I hate to cut it short, Lou, but we got to get to Cora, and then pregame's already practically over, for God's sake. So we'll catch up more tomorrow and unpack a few more topics. How's that sound?
Sounds good, Rich. I'm in.
Thank you very much. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. To watch, go to Twitch twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. With so much to love, you don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details and find your authorized Subaru retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. It's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and their Discover Summer Sales event. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover your best summer ever with Ford.
Beginning of the final series of the season with the manager Alex Cora in Baltimore and AC. Let's just look back last night at Bayo's final performance of this season. Clearly, he did a lot of things really, really well. He learned some new weapons in some huge spots against your toughest opponents. He was really great. What do you make of, how much to make of some of the bumps in the road the last few weeks versus the overall picture of the season?
Hopefully it's a learning experience that, at this level, every 5 days you're facing the best of the best, and sometimes you're not going to have your best stuff, and you have to maneuver the lineup to try to go 5 and 6. And I think yesterday, before the Paredes homer, he did a good job with average stuff, and obviously he got to 100 pitches. He gave us the 5 innings, but it was a good learning experience for him. The changeup wasn't great, the fastball location wasn't there, and he needed to find ways to get people out. And overall, he did an okay job yesterday.
Is it a case in your eyes at all of a young guy in his first full season? Was there anything to maybe running out of gas a little bit at the end of the year?
Not really. I do believe the Rangers, they hit some pitches that we went to places that we didn't like going in that one, and they got him. The one in Toronto was good, but he got beat on a four-seamer by Vladdy. The location was off, and then yesterday he got beat twice with a four-seamer. One to Lau in the first inning after landing a slider for a strike, and then the Paredes one, he was trying to go up and in to back him off, and he left it over the plate. But, I think, physically he's in a good spot. Stuff-wise, I think the movement of the sinker yesterday was probably his best of the season. So he was good yesterday in a sense, but I think the secondary pitches were okay, and that's why he paid the price.
So you're in the mode of telling guys what to do in the offseason to really prepare themselves to hit the ground running next year. That four-seam, two-seam kind of balance and mix, he seems like he has been hit a little bit on the four-seamer. Is the location of that pitch and choosing the right spots for it, is that sort of on the game plan for the offseason?
That pitch, if you miss, it better miss up, because if not, it's going to get hit hard. And you look at Logan Webb, what he does over there in San Fran, and you know how it is. His sinker, slider, changeup, and when he throws the four-seamer, it's in one spot only, and he doesn't miss. So that's something he learned this year. We got the two yesterday, the one by Vladdy. It's like we don't want to get beat on that pitch. There's a purpose of that pitch, and it's not to leave it over the plate. So, during the offseason, fastball command is a priority with him, not only with the four-seamer, with also with the two-seamer. And, if he can do that, then, his weapons are going to get better. The slider is playing at this level. The changeup, we know, is his best pitch. So he's eager to work. He's ready to go to work, and that's goal number one, location.
Chris Martin goes on the season-ending injured list with a virus here today. Shame to lose him. I know you weren't going to push him in this series anyway, but now that it's over, can you reflect on what was an absolutely marvelous year?
He was a monster. He was great. Quality strikes, stuff. It was great. Holding runners, different situations, tie games, runners on base, and he was really good. I still remember back in spring training when he struggled with the pitch clock, he struggled with command. That game against that game against the Braves, that they came back and then we won, I think it was, but he was awful, to be honest with you. I was like, this ain't gonna work. The pitch allowed, homer right, and fastball up in the zone. We lost 1-0 against the Rays, and then he went on the IL, and he put work. He felt better, and he was amazing. That's one of the things that he learned this year compared to last year. I think he's gonna, be more aggressive with his pitch progression, pitch program in the off season, throw a little bit earlier. So when we hit the wall, it's in Fort Myers, not in Seattle early in the season next year.
So one last series, the Orioles have so much to play for. Their magic number is 1. First of all, does it matter to you at all if they clinch against you? And secondly, do you have to even deliver a message to your group about pushing through the finish line?
No. I mean, they're professionals, and like I said, when you sign that contract, is to play 162 plus. When it doesn't happen, it's 162, and you go home. And I think effort-wise, you've seen it. I think we're playing solid baseball. We just right now it's not happening to us. We had some rough days from the mound, but defensively we've been solid. Swinging the bat, not as great, right? Scoring runs. I think the line is moving. But effort-wise, like Valdi did today, I know people were like talking about him going first to third and getting thrown out on a 7-0 game. But you know what? The effort was there. Yeah. And then you talk to the kid, and it's like in that situation, you don't go. But the effort, I applaud it. That's part of it. That's part of this. You got guys diving over the place, trying to make plays, running the base as well. So that's what you can ask for. At this point, we are who we are. This is the record that we're gonna finish with. We got 4 more games. It's not gonna change. It's a bad taste, and we just gotta be ready for the off season and improve in a lot of areas.
I was in this ballpark on a September day in '95, and up on that warehouse they had 2-1-3-1 when Cal Ripken broke a record, and it really hit me today. Walking in here, they got the number 5 on the warehouse because baseball lost one of its great gentlemen, the best defensive third baseman of all time in Brooks Robinson. What are your reflections on the player? And I would think you, at some point in your time in baseball, came across Brooks.
I don't remember coming across him probably here at one point, but everything that they say, he was the greatest at third. How many? 16 of them, I think it was, or something like that in a row. To play for the same organization your whole career, right? That's kind of like, wow, it's very unique, It's kind of special, and this organization, it seems like they at one point it was the Oriole way. It's turning to be that way too.
Yeah, it is.
But you see the highlights. You see we've seen a lot because of the Clemente World Series, right? Orioles against the Pirates, and it's just sick, the way he move around on bad fields too. He's not the same as now. So it's a big loss. It's going to be an interesting day, right? A sad day for the Orioles, but at the same time, they got a chance to do something special. I expect the atmosphere to be great, a packed house here, and honestly, that anthem today was going to be very loud, when they say that oath. But going back to Brooks Robinson, kind of like consistency, right? In an era that now everybody cares about offense, right, and spin rate and all that stuff. At the end, defense matters, and that's why he was a championship caliber player, a Hall of Fame player, and it was through the highlights. It was amazing to watch.
Crazy races down the finish in both leagues, and another wild game between the Braves and the Cubs yesterday, and Ronald Acuna becomes the first member of the 40-70 group. 40 homers and 70 steals. He's in a race with Mookie for the NL MVP. When you do things like that historically, do you think that might tilt the scales for the Braves right fielder?
You know what? Maybe not. But since day one in spring training, you could tell there was something different with that. It wasn't about his style or whatever. He controlled the strikes and hit the ball hard, and it looked like he was playing under control. And he hit the home run of Bayo, right, when we played them in Atlanta. That was a bomb. I remember that one. But just a great player who's healthy now, and everybody knew that the talent was there. Obviously, with the new rules, he's taking advantage of them. But overall, what a great season. I think defensively, it might be the separator. He's not having a great season defensively. And Mookie has done it in right field. He started playing second base, and he fixed that defense. Hard to believe, right? He actually settled the defense for the Dodgers. So that part of the game might give Mookie the advantage, and he might win it.
Very interesting. And now, lastly, Chris is on the mound, and he's been really good lately in different ways. 2 starts ago, he's got 90-91, and he uses the slider to be able to pitch around guys. And then 95-96 comes back. What do you expect from Chris, and can you look back at the last couple months?
It's been tough against this guy, so hopefully he can go out there and execute pitches. I do believe command-wise, the times he has pitched against the Orioles, he's been off, right? And they put some good swings on it. So location-wise, he's been a lot better the last 2. The fact that he was able to come back from injury, it means a lot. He was able to post. I think, if you take away this team, it's actually a solid season, coming from injury. And the goal today is for him to go out there as long as I want to, and stay healthy, finish healthy, and be ready to attack the offseason. This is probably the first normal offseason that he's going to have in a while, and that means that he can go through his progression the right way, work on his body, not worry about rehabbing, and be ready for Fort Myers in a few months.
Here's to keeping the fans at their loudest during the anthem. Thanks so much, Alex, and good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Will.
All right, there you go, Alex Cora with Will Fleming. Time now for the injury report presented by Catches Law Group, New England's personal injury pros since 1986. Catches has won over $2 billion for their injured clients, and you never pay unless Catches wins. Injured, schedule a free legal evaluation by calling 508-321-7000 or at catcheslaw.com. Chris Martin, team's best pitcher, placed on the 15-day IL with a viral infection. All right, we'll get you the lineup, pitching matchups, and go around Major League Baseball. Coming up next year on the Mass Mutual pregame show, talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced. Let our professional parts people test your battery for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucsons, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
Attention sleepers, it's officially cozy season. Snuggle up to savings on select Casper mattresses and more during our fall asleep sale. Save up to $600 on select mattresses, like the Wave Hybrid Snow, with advanced ergonomic support and cooling technology. Or the original Hybrid, with its best-selling balance of comfy springs and foam. Plus, get up to 25% off adjustables, furniture, and bundles that might just be cozier than your favorite socks. Don't snooze. This sale will be gone before you know it. Visit Casper.com or a store near you today. Exclusions apply. See Casper.com/promo.
I'm Tony Kornheiser, and this is my show. What, you expecting something different? Whether you're looking for deep, insightful dives into the day's top sports stories, that's why we have guests, right, Nigel? Or simply how to get change for 100, you'll find it on the Tony Kornheiser Show. From football picks, from the best prognosticators in the business, including a monkey, to real-time baseball playoff analysis, to traffic in an area where you don't live. We got you covered. My friends come on, and you know them. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fall is just around the corner, and home is the center of it all. At Ashley, seasonal decorating's a breeze with their range of designs and materials. Snuggle up on a family-friendly sectional or an ultra-modern sofa. Or gather outside and enjoy the crisp, cool air with a new fire pit or conversation set. From minor refreshes to total overhauls, Ashley has the essentials to make your home fall functional and fabulous. Shop in-store or visit ashley.com today.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car right in your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
You didn't become grilling royalty by using just any hardwood pellets. You became grilling royalty,
dude, this brisket,
by using Kingsford hardwood pellets. Kingsford is America's grilling expert with over 100 years of expertise in flavor and quality. Their hardwood pellets deliver excellent performance in any pellet grill, adding an authentic wood-fired flavor to any meal your family loves.
Any more chicken?
Take pride when you grill and grab a bag of Kingsford hardwood pellets today. Kingsford.com.
Greetings, podcast listeners. This is world-renowned, self-proclaimed couples therapist, Dr. Sheila. And I'd like to invite all of you to experience my couples therapy podcast, Say More. On the pod, I talk to couples and you get to listen in on other people's problems and then feel better about your own.
Say More with Dr. Sheila features Amy Poehler as Dr. Sheila. Listen and follow to Say More with Dr. Sheila on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back here on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Final series of the season for the Red Sox. A 4-gamer in Baltimore against the Orioles, who are trying to clinch the AL East. Let's get to the bet du jour. It's brought to you by FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. Started to actually find some winners in the last couple weeks of the season. I'm going to go with Seattle, a must-win game for Seattle at home against the Rangers. Mariners are a game and a half out, and they're running out of games. So I'll take the Mariners on the money line tonight. Joe Braverman, who do you got?
Well, you said about teams that need it. No one needs it more than the Diamondbacks. I'll take them over the Astros on the money line.
All
they
right.
need it more than Houston does.
All right. Very, very good. The over-under of the Sox game tonight, 7.5, which leads us into the pitching matchup of Chris Sale versus Dean Kramer. It's sponsored by Town Fair Tire for the best prices on tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Chris Sale making his 20th start of the season, 6-4 with a 4.42 ERA. Kramer, meanwhile, 12-5 with a 4.25 earned run average. Kramer will face a Red Sox lineup that is brought to you by Herb Chambers, New England's largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. HerbChambers.com. Cedon Rafaela will lead off and play center field, followed by Rafael Devers at third. Masataka Yoshida is the DH. Alex Verdugo is in right field batting fourth. Then Trevor Story, the shortstop. Wilyer Abreu in left field bats sixth. Then Enmanuel Valdez at second. Bobby Dahlbeck at first. And Connor Wong behind the plate bats ninth. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard. With so much to love, you don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details and to find your authorized Subaru retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. Some finals from today. The Tigers beat the Royals 7-3. White Sox over the D-backs 3-1. And the A's beat the Twins 2-1. Tigers also, the makeup game finished, shutting out the Royals 8-zip. Phillies lead the Pirates 1-0 in the first. Brewers on top of the Cardinals 3-0 in the ninth. Blue Jays and Yankees from Toronto tonight. Mets and Marlins. Braves taking on the Cubs. Dodgers visit the Rockies. And the big game in the American League, we already mentioned it, the Seattle Mariners at home against the Texas Rangers. Right now, the Rays have already clinched a spot. They're the top wild card team. Blue Jays are the second wild card team, although they've lost back-to-back games. They have a half-game lead on the Astros, who are currently the third wild card team. And then the Seattle Mariners, as I said, sitting there a game and a half behind Houston. So all very important games for Seattle this final 4 days of the regular season. All right, that is going to do it for us. So for our producer, Joe Braverman, I'm Rich Keefe. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Will and Lou have the call of Red Sox and Orioles coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Proudly brought to you by Mass Mutual. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet-Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucsons, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
When you need to know what's happening, it's time to get in the huddle.
Nobody's picking the Colts to win the Super Bowl, so let's just go learn, right?
Well, this is always going to happen. Jim Irsay's calling all the shots there. And the honky-tonk man didn't draft this kid where they drafted this kid to have him look great in practice and look awesome running the scout team. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's play this Minshew cat or whatever on Sunday. Like, no way.
Listen and subscribe to In the Huddle, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes.
But I'm not tired.
Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best.
Bye, Mom!
Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at ZQuil.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Andy Hart here, and boy do I have some stats for you. Only it's not game stats, it's life stats. I've lost over 13 pounds in just the first 2 weeks with Awaken 180. 13 pounds in 2 weeks. But we're not just talking about pounds. I'm down 2 points in visceral fat. That's the bad stuff around the organs, the kind of fat that can cause heart disease and strokes. And staying on this program, it's become second nature. I barely have to think about it. Here's the curveball. My IBS, which I've battled my whole life, is 10 times better. Anyone with IBS knows how big of a game changer that can be. Look, the positive changes are undeniable. Physically, mentally, it's like draft day and I picked a GOAT. If you want to get in on this, do what I did, what Andy Gresh, Rob Bradford, and over 20,000 others have done. Pick the GOAT and win the draft. Put life back into your life with New England's #1 weight loss program, Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI. This is...
And the Boston Red Sox are the world champions.
Red Sox baseball.
And it is good! And Boston strong!
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For the first time in 86 years.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh. Catches Law Group, New England's injury law pros at catcheslaw.com.
And it's gone!
Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. Sponsored by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipeline.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Big Y World-Class Market. It's more than food. It's my Big Y. Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
Looking up, Grand Slam!
By Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
We're going to drive to left field. There are a couple runs way gone.
Arbella, here for good. And by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Holy cow!
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. Savings and support start day one. Unlock the pro advantage at swproplus.com today. Sponsored by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lou Merlone.
From Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, the home of the Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox baseball is once again on the radio. There's a real buzz in the air here tonight in Charm City because with one more win, the Baltimore Orioles will clinch the American League East Championship. 99 wins for the O's coming off a sweep of the Washington Nationals. They are flying high and getting ready to be the number one seed in the American League. Meantime, the Red Sox have dropped 16 of 20. Chris Sale will make his final start of the season to be opposed by Dean Kramer. A little bit of a bittersweet feel here at the moment in spite of all the excitement around the Orioles. You can't help but think and see Brooks Robinson everywhere. The number 5 is out on the warehouse in right field. His number emblazoned down the third base line. His statues both inside and outside the ballpark adorned with flowers and tributes and pictures of children with him. And so the Orioles have got a lot of emotion inside this ballpark here tonight. Welcome to Camden Yards, inside the broadcast booth, Will Fleming and Lou Merlone. And I was expecting a larger crowd tonight, Lou, but they are jazzed up for these Orioles who are one win away from doing something they've not done since 2014, and it is a remarkable turnaround that this franchise has experienced.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens here in this series, they are going to wrap up this division here in front of us. I am surprised. I'm with you. We got a chance. The magic number's down to 1, and this place, I don't know, half full, maybe a little bit more, but this is a very good baseball team. They've been consistent all year long. I think we've said it before. The one thing that they're very good at is playing baseball. You know, runners in scoring position, they're number 1. This is a good club, and all that's left now is to see how they perform in the postseason.
Dean Kramer leads them out in the home white unis. Austin Hayes, James McCann will be the catcher today for the Orioles. We'll get you the lineups in just a moment. We did not want to go any further without acknowledging something that happened in Red Sox Nation earlier today after Kurt Schilling on a podcast sort of released some news about Tim Wakefield and his health. The Red Sox issued a statement that they're aware of the statements and inquiries about the health of Tim and Stacey Wakefield. Unfortunately, this information has been shared publicly without their permission. Their health is a deeply personal matter they intended to keep private as they navigate treatment and work to tackle this disease. Tim and Stacey are appreciative of the support and love that has always been extended to them and respectfully ask for privacy at this time. Lou, we will afford them that privacy, of course, but Tim is a dear friend of yours. He means so much to Red Sox Nation, and I give you the floor to say what you think is right.
Well, I think the statement says a lot. I know that Wakey's been through an awful lot this year, and, the news recently, I think, kind of hits home for a lot of people. So, respect that privacy and wish him all the best, like I know everybody in Red Sox Nation does as well. Thoughts and prayers are obviously with Tim and Stacey.
No doubt about it. Time now for the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest personal injury law firm. Cedon Rafaela is going to lead off tonight. Neither Justin Turner nor Adam Duvall will be in the game, so it's kind of a day for the kids. Devers does return. He bats second. He is the third baseman for the Red Sox. Then Masataka Yoshida is the DH. He bats third. Alex Verdugo, the right fielder, cleans up, and then Trevor Story bats fifth. He's looked a little better at the plate of late, and he is Alex Cora's shortstop. Wilyer Abreu, a rare 0 for last night. He's in left field. He bats sixth. And Manuel Valdez, the second baseman, bats seventh. Bobby Dahlbeck, the first baseman, and then Connor Wong catches, and he bats ninth. They'll see Dean Kramer, who has really been bad of late, but the Orioles seem to always win when he takes them out. He has been destroyed by the Red Sox in 7 career starts against Boston. The Sox go in the road blue tops, above gray pants. Orioles white home unis, cursive slanted Orioles across the breast. Dean Kramer, ponytail and all, is ready to go on top of the mound. Right-handed pitcher looks into Rafaela, says yes, and he winds and throws. The first pitch of the ball game to Rafaela is a strike right on the outside corner.
Well, you mentioned it. Dean Kramer is only 12-5. He's got a 4.25 ERA. He's got 12 wins, but these guys are 25-6 when he takes the ball.
Just remarkable. 0-1 and a fastball for a strike to Rafaela.
This is the type of guy everybody needs, in that rotation. See that 4.25 ERA, but making his 32nd start of the year. You look at the innings, 167 innings, and we are now, I think, starting to appreciate those two numbers in particular. How important they are.
0-2 to Rafaela. Pitch to him is a soft ground ball on the right side. The second baseman, Jordan Westberg, has it. Throws to first just in time of Rafaela, who lunged to the bag, was beaten by a hair. And on 3 pitches, 1 down. We got underway at 6:36, 67 degrees. Lovely night for baseball. The smoke from the fireworks still hangs overhead. Time and temp brought to you by Window Nation. Protect and increase the value of your home today. 866-90-NATION, or go online at windownation.com. Here's Devers, who was given the night off last night. 33 homers, 98 driven in. He has killed the Orioles this season and in his career. He takes a fastball from Kramer outside for ball 1. Raffy's 6 for 16 with 2 home runs against this starter. The 1-0 is crushed high and deep down the right field line toward the pole, hooking foul. And in the end, maybe just shy of home run distance, maybe a little bit out in front of that pitch, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, out in front of that changeup. Kramer's pretty much like 4-seam, 2-seam. We'll mix them both in. He's a lot cutter happy, kind of to righties, but the lefties, all of a sudden that changeup comes into play a little bit more. So, but he predominantly throws that cutter to both sides. He just goes out there and battles, kind of keeps these games close. That's why they're so winning so many games when he starts. Offense takes care of the rest.
1-1 to Devers. He takes a high fastball up and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. I mean, Dean Kramer against the Red Sox has just gotten bludgeoned. This is his 8th career start. He's 1-4 with a 7.52 ERA. The 2-1. Devers swings and misses. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-2. You talked about the innings that he has offered. Similar story for Kyle Gibson, and that's been one of the keys for these Orioles. Heard what Kenley Jansen said on with Rob Bradford yesterday, that the whole clubhouse was, frankly, irate that they didn't get more arms. The 2-2 is line foul on the third base side. It can happen this time of year, Lou, where players are outspoken about the way a season has sort of devolved, but we both got that vibe at the moment that the team was not happy they did not add more.
Well, players aren't dumb. I mean, they know. And I know it's a lot easier maybe when the guy in charge gets moved on, but guys like Kenley, guys like Turner, they've been around. They know what playoff teams look like.
2-2 is just inside. I mean, the Red Sox have fallen so far out of it. They're 76-82. But at that time, they were right in the thick of the race, and it did feel like at the very minimum they needed more guys to give them innings. 3-2 to Rafi Devers. Kramer throws, and Rafi fouls it off. Pretty good AB here. Stays 3-2.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. We'll see where this team ends up, 77, 78 wins, whatever, in that area. But it's hard to look back and say, well, they were that close to be a playoff team. Like, really? They're going to get this 8th pick in the draft. I mean, but at the time where they were, the last month and a half has been a mess.
3-2 is another foul ball. He's really making him work.
And I think, you start to see what two starting pitchers could have done to this team. It could have eased some of the guys coming back from the IL. Maybe you ask 3 innings from them rather than trying to stretch them out. It adds to a bullpen. It makes you deeper out there as well because starters are pushing guys out there. It'll change the whole landscape of the pitching.
3-2. Devers is really battling here. Another foul ball. And it stays 3-2. Rafi here at Camden Yards. He's played in 45 games. And he's got 11 homers and 33 driven in.
He's looking for 2 more RBIs here in the next 4 games to get that magic number 100.
1 down, base is empty. Here's the payoff. And he takes ball 4. That's a great plate appearance for Devers. He draws a 1-out walk. That'll bring up Yoshida.
Yeah, Devers, I felt like we saw this when he sat on 29 homers. Took him about 2 or 3 weeks to get that 30. Once he got number 30, he became AL Player of the Week. He was relaxed, wasn't trying to do too much. Then he's been sitting on 98 here for a while, and I think we're back at that again, like pressing, trying to do too much. It's almost less is more for him.
Here's Yoshida with Rafi at first in the safe flight auto glass part of the order. Massa takes a little bit outside. That's ball 1. Yoshida on the season, 287. Got 15 homers and 71 driven in. The on base in a steady decline, though, for a couple months. The 1-0 is fouled off on the third base side, and it's 1-1. Just to follow up a little bit on Devers, Lou, it is my hope that going into next season, Devers is more comfortable in the role as alpha male in the lineup, because it sure looked like for a lot of the season he tried to do too much.
Yeah, that's why I say less is more for him.
1-1 to Yoshida is popped up into shallow left field. Back on it goes the shortstop Mateo, but instead it's the left fielder Hayes to make the play, and they're 2 down.
And that's even just more like your approach at the plate. Like we've seen it before. He's looking to hit the ball 500 feet. And then when he really started swinging it well, he started drawing his walks. He started hitting the ball to left field. Started getting his knocks the other way. Hard ground balls up the middle for hit singles. And then the power came because of that approach, right? The hanging breaking ball was launched or whatever. He reacted. Fastballs in. I mean, just kind of let the game come to him and take what they give you.
Here is Verdugo. Devers at first and 2 down, scoreless in the first, and a Dean Kramer breaking ball in there for strike 1. Curveball at 79. Powering Possibilities brought to you by Comcast Business. Your business depends on internet, kid. Internet your business can depend on. Comcast Business, built for business. I would almost recommend the radio booth here at Camden took them up on that offer as a foul ball outside the first base line. And it's 0-2 to Alex Verdugo. Dave Stipe, our engineer, great job getting us on the air with some real technical difficulties. This ballpark has really stood the test of time. It's an absolute marvel, but I think some of the guts, bells and whistles have fallen by the wayside. 0-2 to Verdugo. You can feel it. This crowd is into it tonight. 0-2 the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball, and Verdugo is blown away. We go to the bottom of the first. Chris Sale, who's gotten crushed by the Orioles this season, looking to do better tonight. 0-0 after half an inning. On the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucson's, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 And you can reserve yours now. Tucson's, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle, and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Rafi Devers to lead it off for the Red Sox as we go into the top of the fourth inning. Sort of feel like he's about to tie the game as Dean Kramer throws and Rafi swings and fouls one off on the third base side, and it is 0-1. Devers worked a 9-pitch walk his first time. Get to the league leaders and who's circling the drain in just a moment. Brought to you by Drains by James. I don't know whether Devers hurt himself or what there, because he just asked for time after one swing.
Yeah, he's trying to gather himself. I like the walks first at bat, though. I like to see him just start taking what these guys are going to give him. Power's going to come.
0-1. High fastball.
How many times he just looked like he was trying to do too much? 3 weeks on 29. Every time looked like he was trying to hit 30. And within that time frame, if he just stayed within himself, think about the hits, the RBIs, the home runs would have come.
1-1 is outside. He's hit the 5th most homers as Devers with 33. Shohei Ohtani leads with 44. The guy Lou does not want to be a part of the Red Sox. Rafi 98 homers. Kyle Tucker leads with 111. Here's the 2-1. Devers swings and fouls one straight back, and it's 2-2.
I love how you always point that out.
Well,
the more I think about it, makes me sound like an idiot. But I still stand by it. And it's short-term thinking, yes, I agree. But a team that needs starting pitching and defense doesn't help getting a DH.
Tell you one of my life adages in a minute. 1-2-2 pitches, swung on, missed. Devers is blown away. 5th strikeout for Kramer. One down, it'll bring up Yoshida. Why not have it all, Lou?
You're going to spend $40 million on the DH. You're going to go and spend another $40 or $60 million on 2 pitchers?
Yes, I am. Because he's only a DH for 1 year. And then after that, he returns to the mound, and then you got a real staff. Here is Yoshida, who takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1.
You go get me Yamamoto. You go get me Nola. And you can have Ohtani. And then we'll see where it goes. I'm all in.
Here's the 0-1 to Yoshida. That is just outside a fastball. Isn't fantasy baseball fun?
It's the best. I'm gonna create a $370 million payroll before this game's over.
It's amazing. It didn't work in big league baseball this year. The 1-1 is looped into shallow right field. Coming in on it, Santander. He's there to make the play. Drains by James is Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining, both residential and commercial, at drainsbyjames.com. They give a poop about your pipes. It is amazing that the Padres and Mets and all these teams that went all in and spend all the money and miss out on the playoffs in rather cataclysmic fashion. 2 down, 4 Verdugo. Pitch to Alex is swung on and fouled back. Lou, for 2 weeks, the at-bats for the Red Sox have just not been good enough.
No, and that just sort of explains how hard it is at this level. There is a level of focus that you go in here every single night. Then there's another level, and that's what it takes to kind of go out and compete, fight for every single pitch.
Verdugo brushed back with the fastball, 1-1, 2 down in the 4th, 1-0 O's.
And it's hard. I mean, think about the last 2 weeks. Where's the offense coming from? Abreu, Rafaela, Valdez, like the young kids that are up here, trying to show that they can compete and play at this level.
1-1, swing, foul back. Alex Cora said today that if all goes as planned, Chris Sale will be the opening day starter next year, which leads us to our Diesel Direct question of the day. How likely is it that will happen? Likely, somewhat likely, or unlikely? Diesel Direct reminds you to stop wasting time at the pump. 1-2. Verdugo takes the ball. Very close. 2-2.
Well, I think if it does happen, number one, it means he's here, which I'm not sure it's 100% certain. I think it'd be more out of respect than it would be everybody losing their mind how he's supposed to be the ace.
2-2. Swing and miss, he got him. With the changeup, Verdugo's done a lot of that lately. Dean Kramer has sent down 11 Red Sox in a row. They've had one base runner and no hits. Unfortunately, that's the way it has gone lately for the Sox. 1-0 Baltimore after 3.5 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Tony Kornheiser, and this is my show. What, you expecting something different? Whether you're looking for deep, insightful dives into the day's top sports stories, that's why we have guests, right, Nigel? Or simply how to get change for 100, you'll find it on the Tony Kornheiser Show. From football picks, from the best prognosticators in the business, including a monkey, to real-time baseball playoff analysis, to traffic in an area where you don't live. We got you covered. My friends come on, and you know them. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucson's, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Adley Rutschman from the right side takes strike one on the inside corner. Feels like over the next few weeks he could become a real national star. One of the great young players in the game. 0-1 pitch is lined on the ground into right field, a base hit. Rutschman, who's hitting .420 for the last couple of weeks, is aboard with the leadoff single in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, I just love his whole approach. Like, he gets pretty wide, doesn't have a big leg kick. You can see why he dominates the zone at times and just identifies pitches. But then also just sort of takes what they give you. I see him hit the ball the other way, lets the ball get deep. Just a really good all-around hitter.
There's Santander. Rutschman 253 times on base now, most in Orioles history for a catcher. Here's Santander, homered his first time here. He gets a changeup and swings over it. 4-1. 1-0 Baltimore. I just feel like Rutschman and Santander got the right heartbeat for the playoffs. Santander waits. Here's the 0-1. That's outside with a slider.
You mentioned this guy's overrated for good reason. So the last 2 years, the only hitters of 250 hits, 150 runs, 100 walks, 60-plus homers. Last 2 years. There's 7 of them. He's one of them. It's with Yordan Alvarez, Devers, Garcia, Judge, Ohtani, and Seager.
Amazing company. 1-1 is popped up foul on the first base side.
And that's the point. It is amazing company. We throw flowers at all those other 6, and we never talk about this switch hit monster. I mean, this guy is one of the better hitters in the game, and he's never discussed.
And they got him in the Rule 5 draft. Again, we're talking about Sig Mejdal and Mike Elias and all the people here as the 1-2 set from Sale. He throws, and it misses just barely. 2-2. It is an amazing thing to be able to identify talent, bring them here, and bring out the very best in them.
Well, they do that. They have a lot of career years going on here right now. Obviously, Rutschman's year 2, but this guy here, career year in a lot of categories. Austin Hayes, another one. I mean, up and down this team.
2-2. Pitch is inside, and that right there is another good example of one of the reasons that Alex Cora went on the long monologue about what makes these Orioles special. He says it is their strike zone discipline. It is not what we all talk about with swing decisions. It is knowing what's a ball and what's a strike. 3-2. Rutschman at first. Sale throws. Santander grounds one up the middle, should be 2. Story to Valdez for 1, over to first, 2. Double play. Hit on the screws, but Sale's best friend, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, I heard him talking about that difference between plate discipline. We talk swing decisions too much, but to me, the two of them are together.
I was going to say.
Like, I was almost wanted to follow it up and be like, excuse me? Because I understand, like, if you make good swing decisions, you have good plate discipline. You identify strikes and balls and attack, pitches. And it's kind of, you need one without the other type of thing.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. He takes a ball low. Today at Shaw's and Star Market, 2-liter bottles of Coke or Pepsi, 28-ounce Gatorade or Powerade, or 16-ounce Body Armor, 97 cents when you use the digital coupon. 1-0 is a strike.
Because when you have good plate discipline,
you're going to swing at strikes.
You make good swing decisions, right? Like,
I was a little puzzled by that too, but the overall point is the right one.
Yeah.
1-1. Swing and a foul. And, it's amazing. I think back a couple of years when the Orioles were still mired in 100 loss seasons. They were 47-115 the year before Elias and Co. came. Then 54-108, 25-35 in the COVID year, 52-110.
That's the one.
1-2 is in the dirt. And at that time, you kept hearing about, down in the minor league systems, all they're talking about is we are grading you on whether or not you swing at strikes and not balls.
Yeah.
In a way, I scoffed at it, but it's starting to really bear fruit here.
When you look at some of these the better hitters in the game, isn't that becoming the number one factor for big league hitters? Look at the young hitters in this organization, the ones you really like.
2-2. Slider just outside. Well, I think part of that, Lou, is that the stuff on the mound has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
You can't swing at balls and get hits anymore.
That's why they didn't panic with a guy like Casas at the beginning of the year. That's why you love a guy like Abreu. That's why Justin Turner is here. Felt like Yoshida was going to bring the same thing. They already knew Verdugo was like that, too, when he's at his best.
2 down in the fourth. 1-0 O's. 3-2 fouled off. You know who else you hear that about is Roman Anthony. Kid who just won the minor league offensive player of the year, was at Fenway Park a couple days ago. And you hear all these talent evaluators say he's got the most beautiful swing in the minor leagues. And, I mean, what is he, 19, 20 years old? He went to Double-A and was their best player. 3-2 is fouled back.
Well, you're looking at it right here. You got, Sales out there and all these pitchers. You mentioned the stuff. If you don't have the plate discipline, which allows you to make good swing decisions, I guess we're going to call it, and then you just expand the zone, you can't live. You can't live. You got to lay off that 1-0 off the plate to get the 2-0.
3-2 is fouled. So Roman Anthony is 19. He was born May 13th of 2004. When he went to Double-A, actually the Red Sox promoted him aggressively from low A to high A because the numbers under the hood told them he was doing exactly that. He killed A ball, and he did the same at Double-A. 3-2 is just outside. Very close slider. Looked like it was a ball. So a 2-out walk after the double play. And Mountcastle's aboard for Hicks. But I do think everyone keeps talking about Marcelo Meyer with good reason. And he's as good a prospect as the Sox have had probably since Devers. And now I think maybe with the exception of Anthony, because there just are not a lot of 19-year-olds who go to Double-A and do what he's doing.
Yeah, it was an impressive year, and more importantly, stayed healthy all through it.
Here's Aaron Hicks, who takes outside ball 1 from Sale.
And that's kind of where you're at with Meyer right now, all right, Marcelo. It's one thing that can hold prospects back in the minors is getting hurt, getting injured, missing time, missing those reps.
1-0 is a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-1.
So it's 93 there from Sale, the bottom of the zone, throwing that slider 50% of the time here so far in this outing. Good changeup we've seen as well. And fastball, a little more velocity lately.
It's like 2 starts ago. Fourth inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. The 1-1. Swinging a cue shot off the end of the bat. Dahlbeck backhands it in front of the bag. Steps on first. Inning over. Nice job working around a leadoff Rutschman single by Chris. Through 4-1-0 O's. Time to get the offense going on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you need to know what's happening, it's It's time to get in the huddle.
Nobody's picking the Colts to win the Super Bowl, so let's just go learn, right?
Well, this is always going to happen. Jim Irsay's calling all the shots there. And the honky-tonk man didn't draft this kid where they drafted this kid to have him look great in practice and look awesome running the scout team. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's play this Minshew cat or whatever on Sunday. Like, no way.
Listen and subscribe to In the Huddle, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucson's, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades and i5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle, and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
At Penske, our drivers get access to the newest trucks, the latest technology, and dedicated routes to get you home daily. So when you drive for us, you can still be there to drive them to soccer practice, or dance class, or band, or whatever else they're into right now. When you gain balance, you gain ground. Find out more about starting your career at Penske by visiting driver.penske.jobs. Penske. Gain ground.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Trevor Story to lead it off for the Red Sox. In the fifth, they've been quiet offensively, to say the least. No hits, one base runner. Against Dean Kramer. Strike on the outside corner to Story in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Pre-Owned Cars and Trucks, Story, Abreu, and Valdez. Kramer into his wind, throws, and Trevor takes outside. So in his last 3 starts, Kramer had allowed 10 runs combined, which is about par for his course. The 1-1 is a looper into right field, and there's the Red Sox first hit. Off the end of the bat for Trevor. Maybe the start of something here in the top of the fifth. Story is aboard.
Yeah, a little off the end of the bat, off that cutter that Kramer's been throwing a lot here tonight against these Red Sox. He does throw it a ton. And it's not just your normal little cutter. It's got a little bit of depth to it, too. Almost like a short, little, tiny slider. Story gets enough of it to shoot over Mountcastle's head to right field.
So here's Willier. He's at the plate with Valdez on deck. Who's on deck is brought to you by On Deck, America's largest online small business lender. Here is Abreu. Hit a shot that was fielded at second. He takes a borderline pitch called a strike. And it's 0-1. That didn't look like a strike to me.
You know what I like about him is like his takes. A lot of times you can see predetermined takes. You know, the lower half, they're not really get after it, and they just want to see the pitch. With him, his takes look like it, but they're not.
0-1 outside. He has such quick decision-making ability.
Yeah, and his balance. We always talk about being grounded, your feet, feeling the ground. His base is so solid in the box. Doesn't have a huge leg kick. Body stays back, sees the baseball, lets it get deep, and then just fires his hands at it.
1-1. Story chased back to the bag. There is a much higher wall down the right field line, inside the pole, ahead of the warehouse, before Utah Street here in Camden Yards. It's a really beautiful scene. There's a railing of 100 fans or so leaning over the top of the out-of-town scoreboard down the right field line. 1-1 to Abreu. The pitch is swung on a miss. I can sort of squint, Lou, and think of many a time we will be here in this ballpark watching Abreu launch balls over that high wall in right field.
That would be nice. I mean, I think he's an everyday player. You know, to me, whether it's corner outfield or outfield versatility, but I think he's the kind of guy that makes you have thoughts about Verdugo. There's been rumors about him moving on. Like Defensively, I think he's solid. He's got a very good arm. Maybe not as good as Verdugo in right field, but he can play.
1-2. Here's the pitch, and Abreu swings and misses. He's struck out. Kramer went with a fastball at 95, and Willier is gone. 7 strikeouts for Dean Kramer. Here comes Enmanuel Valdez. I would have never said this a month ago, much less 6 months ago, but I think it is worth asking the question, if you go into next season with Abreu in right field as opposed to Verdugo, is that a real drop-off? Here's Valdez, and he takes a strike at the top of the zone. And I think increasingly the answer is probably not.
No, not that much. Maybe defensively there will be, but they got to make a decision what they want to do with this outfit. There's just too many bodies out there, and
1-1. Story dancing away he goes, and Valdez, really poor decision there to foul it off. I mean, I guess it's hard to see that, but Story was galloping and skipping away from the bag, and he took off 2 seconds before that pitch was delivered, and Valdez fouls it off. 0-2.
Yeah, it's hard for the lefty, especially 0-1. You know, if it's 1-0, it's still going to be hard for the C, but 0-1, they're going to take a strike just to sit there. 0-2.
Trevor's been doing more of that lately.
He has. He got burned by it the other day. Fenway Park kind of shuffled and hopped, and pitcher just held it, stepped off, and threw him out easily.
0-2. Trevor leads again. Not going. The pitch is skied foul on the third base side into the seats.
Because, you know, next year, I mean, you got Duran, who showed he could play at this level and be a dynamic player. You have Rafael, who's shown what he can do. Abreu, you got Verdugo, you got Yoshida. Refschneider's in the mix. I mean, you've got some decisions to make. Start looking around. You always deal from depth, right? Make a trade. Which ones you like, which ones you move on from. Go from there.
0-2 to Enmanuel Valdez. Story chase back again. That's the second throw over to him. And it remains 0-2. The crowd has actually filled in more. I mean, the lower seating bowl is mostly full now. Probably some walk-up crowd is realizing they could win the division with a win tonight. 0-2 to Valdez. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a changeup. And the inning will continue for Bobby Dahlbeck with 2 down. But, like, to me, Lou, tonight is irrefutable evidence that there's still scar tissue in this fan base, and evidence that there's a downside to being awful for 5 years, because some fans just will not come back given what the Angelos family did to them for half a decade. Another throw to first. That was very close. And Story back.
Yeah, it's hard to believe everything this franchise has been through to have a magic number of 1. If you win a ball game tonight, you win the American League East, toughest division in baseball, and it not be standing room only.
Makes you appreciate Fenway. Here's Dahlbeck. He swings and misses. I mean, the Red Sox have been out of it for 3 weeks and playing out the string, losing 16 of 20. And yesterday, and even over the weekend with the White Sox in town, the place was packed.
I was really surprised that White Sox series. The crowds you got Friday, Saturday night. Sunday was a lot of rain.
Runner goes. 0-1 is fouled back. Man, the Red Sox have not given Story chances to run. And on a night where they only have 1 hit, glad to see Trevor in scoring position.
Well, sometimes the best defensive base stealers throw strikes. You get ahead 0-1. Hitter doesn't want to just take pitches. They're going to, maybe puts the ball in play. Maybe get that ground ball before he decides to take off. Turn 2, get out of that situation. That's what Kramer's done the last 2 hitters.
Fans get up again. 0-2 to Dahlbeck. Here's the pitch outside. Obviously, his hands are in a better position these days, but he still struck out an inordinate amount at AAA. And here in the big leagues, the swing and miss has started to return.
And he just sort of rests his hands on his shoulders and just lifts them up. I mean, it's old school starting point. Teach a young kid learning how to hit. That's all you want to do.
For the first, again, close play. Trevor's getting a workout at first. He's safe. I think on the one hand, you got the 8-9 hitters right now. And so it's not the calculus for Story, thinking if he goes and gets caught, it's not that big a deal. But he's been thrown at so many times, maybe he will take off. Bigger lead. leaning to second. He goes. The 1-2 is line foul on the first base side. And he's doing his running for the week right here.
Guy gets a knock. Thrown over 4 or 5 times so far here. He's tried to steal 3 times. Getting a workout in.
Doesn't it become less likely he goes on this pitch now just because he's gassed a little bit?
Maybe on this pitch here because he went all the way through it. But you're thinking the pitcher knows that too.
1-2. Not going. The pitch is again fouled off, so Trevor can take a deep breath.
I mean, you're a base stealer. You're like, okay, the pitcher's probably thinking that. All right, he's gassed. He took off. I can give a nice little big leg kick. He ain't going on this one. And as a runner, you are tired, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking that's exactly what he's thinking. This might be the best pitch for me to go on.
The chess match of baseball.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Top 5, 1-0 O's. 1-2 to Dahlbeck. The Story leading at first. Looks like he is not going to go again. And Dahlbeck takes outside 2-2. Matt Olson hit his 54th home run in the first inning to take a 2-1 lead over the Cubs.
Wow.
On the Subaru of New England scoreboard. So much to love. Don't miss out on the Subaru of New England. A lot to love event. I mean, you hit 54 homers, driving a $130 plus, and you have no chance to win the MVP.
No. Maybe not top 3.
2-2. Pitch. Dahlbeck pops it foul again. Well, if nothing else, he's making Kramer work a little bit. Fan brought a glove, made a play.
You know, I would love to find out who the AL MVP is behind Ohtani. Like Ohtani wins it because of WAR, what he did in the mound and hitting. I get it. He's been out. His team's awful. But who would it have been?
I think probably Seager.
Seager, Tucker.
Yeah, those two. 2-2 pitch. Outside. Good take by Dahlbeck. It bounced off of McCann, and after all of that, Trevor Story is up to second. I think that almost hit Dahlbeck on the bounce. McCann must have deflected it in front of Bobby, and Story is into scoring position.
He gets to second base, gives it a hug, and says, I've been trying to get you now for the last 2 hitters.
Like the kid who asked the girl out 15 times.
Yeah.
She finally said yes.
Yeah.
3-2. He leads away at second. The pitch is a soft ground ball on the right side. The first baseman, Mountcastle, has it. He flips to Kramer. Very close. They got him at the bag. Story will touch home plate just in case. I think the Red Sox want to make sure that Kramer's foot beat Dahlbeck to the bag. Real time, I thought it did, and they will not look. Good speed there by Dahlbeck. Long battle won by Kramer. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 O's in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucsons, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm Danny Parkins, based out of Chicago. This is my buddy Andrew Filipponi. He's based out of Pittsburgh. You really got to check out our podcast, First and Pod.
Twice a week, we're going to break down the NFL after Thursday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. It's every team. It's every game. It's all 32 teams. We give you a complete picture, and we get into it. We don't kiss each other's fannies on this show.
New episodes of First and Pod available when you wake up every Monday and Friday morning throughout the football season in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. Red Sox do have the first hit, but they trail the Orioles 1-0. Gunnar Henderson to lead it off. These fans are into it tonight. Pitch from Sale to Gunnar is just inside. Slider for a ball. Red Sox code word of the game is the kid. sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. 1-0 to Henderson. Sale throws and a swing and miss. Really good slider. That pitch has been awesome lately. It's 1-1.
Yeah, not a lot of swing and miss. It's just the fourth one of the night from Chris Sale. The one punch out he had here was looking, but he's been throwing it for strikes. So there's been a lot of takes for strikes.
1-1. Strike called on the outside corner.
A little change up, and that's a big difference. You see, good 0 swings and misses on his fastball tonight. Obviously, wasn't the case last outing. He hit a good one, even outing before 91. He still kind of snuck it by some guys, but this has been a slider-dominant performance from him right now at about 50% of those 59 pitches so far.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris throws, and Henderson takes just outside. Another close slider. 2-2. Today at Shaw's and Star Market, 2-liter bottles of Coke or Pepsi, 28-ounce Gatorade or Powerade, 16-ounce Body Armor, 97 cents when you use the digital coupon. 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with that big sweeping slider. And there's one away.
He's taking something off of that. That one was 76, but we've seen him down to 73. He usually lives around 77, 78, but a little bit softer. Again, this is just about pitching, right? Taking some speed off of it at times.
Well, and you talk about it all the time, the importance of separation between fastball and breaking stuff. Here's Jordan Westberg, right-handed hitter, and he fouls the first pitch off. That's why the slider at 78 can play when you're throwing 96, but you take 10 off of both. It's the same formula.
Yeah, and that's maybe just has to do with the power of the stuff here tonight. The fastball is down. He's averaging about 92 tonight.
0-1. Pitch is low. Another slider, ball, and a strike. Let's see if I can find the pitch count for Chris on the banner boards here. 63 pitches thrown. 43 of them strikes. 1-1. Here it is. Swinging a chopper, foul outside of third. Over the number 5. It's fitting that the black number 5 with the orange outline is right there, because that is, not on this field obviously, but the site of Brooks's most famous play of all. Retiring Lee May on a chopper down the third baseline in the World Series. A ball that he almost fell head over heels on. Found his balance, transferred and threw to first. 1-2, misses inside. And it's 2-2.
You know you're really good when you're the name that everybody uses. You know, I grew up as a kid, and it's like, what's this kid thinks he's Brooks Robinson? That's just a phrase.
Totally.
That's when you know you're the man, right?
Totally. 2-2 is popped up. On the left side, Story comes in. He'll make the play for out number 2. Did people ever say that to you? Who do you think you are, Brooks Robinson?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's you've heard it before. How good is this guy? Looks like Brooks Robinson over there, right? And at shortstop was Oz. Who's this guy? I think he's Ozzie Smith, and so it's just when you're used, and I think of those two in particular all the time, you're something special, and he was.
Here's James McCann. It's amazing. Brooks broke his natural throwing arm in second grade. He was born a lefty. The first pitch to McCann is down, and in a slider. 1-0. 1-0 Orioles in the bottom of the 5th. So his dad, Brooks Sr., trained him to play the game right-handed. That's part of the reason he didn't have the strongest throwing arm. It wasn't his natural side. The 1-0 is low, but he learned the quick release, the transfer, all the balance.
That truly is amazing, because that's just not something you can just choose to do a lot of times, right? Like, doesn't matter how hard you work on it.
Watch me do anything left-handed. It's not pretty. The 2-0 is sky deep in a right center field. Back on a Rafaela. He is there. Smooth as ever. He makes the play, and the inning is over. Flying along to the 6th we go. 1-0. Orioles lead the Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI. Red Sox Radio Network.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucson's, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my new podcast, Search Engine. On Search Engine, we tackle the kinds of questions that keep you up at night. Like, why are drug dealers putting fentanyl in everything? Should we be worried that Elon Musk believes that we're living in a simulation? And, for the love of God, is it actually unsafe to drink the coffee on airplanes? On Search Engine, no question is too big and no question is too small. Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Catch the Catches Law Power Hour every Wednesday morning at 9, featuring Sean McDonough and Devin McCourty. Catches is New England's personal injury pros, as well as being the official law firm of the New England Patriots. Injured? Get a free consult at catcheslaw.com. Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong to lead it off for the Red Sox in the top of the sixth. They trail the Orioles 1-0. Wong, Rafaela, and Devers in the Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers Sprinter Vans of Boston and Peabody. Wong, right-handed hitter. Struck out swinging his first time. There's been a lot of that lately for Connor. Pitch to him is outside. And, there's wear and tear on the legs and knees for a guy who's caught so many games, but struck out yesterday. Now 19 strikeouts in his last 51 at-bats. 1-0. Kramer throws. Swing and a chopper. Foul outside of third. Again toward that Brooks Robinson, number 5. Really amazingly fitting that Gunnar Henderson, who caught a first pitch from Brooks last year here at Camden Yards, had a long conversation. Gunnar, the night that Brooks died, hit the leadoff home run in the first inning that was the only run in the game. 1-1 is up the middle toward the shortstop, Jorge Mateo, and he cannot make the play. Wong makes the turn at first, halfway to second, he stops, and the Red Sox catch a huge break to begin the sixth.
Yeah, Mateo, little hesitation, whether it was just a little cockiness or not, just a little ground ball off the end of the bat as he went to it. Yeah, right there, just didn't get down. Didn't bend down enough. Feet not wide enough apart. Almost expected it to come up to him, and it just really didn't. That's a bad one through the wickets.
So here's a question about development. I mean, the Red Sox, I don't know that they're going to ask Cedar Rafaela often to bunt, but this could be a spot where you'd like to see if he could pull that off. Wong is at first. He swings and misses strike one. I guess with not much to play for, maybe not. But I'm interested in seeing whether young players can do that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm also interested in seeing, here you are, nobody out. You got a big hole between first and second. Stay on this little cutter and see if you can just hit this hole. Take what they give you as well.
0-1. That's low. Brooks Robinson, this is an amazing stat. He leads baseball history with having the only run driven in 1-0 wins. He did it 10 times. So it's kind of cool that Gunnar Henderson did that in honor of Brooks the day he passed away. 1-1. Here's a high pop in a shallow right field. A long run for Santander. Out goes the second baseman, Westberg, and Santander is there to make the play. So Rafaela is gone. Maybe the right idea, the wrong execution. Chris Sale, by the way, got handshakes in the dugout. He is done for the night. That surprises me, given the number of pitches, 69, but that clearly is eyes to next year.
Yeah, I am a little surprised, too, at 69. Saw that pitch count. Figured maybe give me one more here, get in that low 80s and call it a day, but that looks like not just the night, but the season's over there for Chris Sale.
And again, kind of a mixed bag, but he finishes strong as Devers stands in and takes a pitch outside for ball one. It got me thinking, talking about Brooks Robinson's arm injury as a young kid. He drew so many comparisons to Stan Musial, and Stan, too, benefited from an arm injury. The 1-0 is a pitch in the dirt to Rafi Devers. Jane Levy, the great baseball author, wrote a book about Babe Ruth called The Big Fella. A wonderful story about Sandy Koufax, who was so hard to find and lock down. And she also wrote a bio of Stan the Man, in which she tells the amazing story of his arm injury. 2-0 to Rafi Devers. The pitch is ripped into right field. That's a base hit. Wong heads to second. He makes the turn. He'll get to third easily. A missile for Rafi, and the Red Sox have him at first and third with one out.
Yeah, see, that, to me, that's like Rafi just not trying too much. Kramer's little changeup kind of just stays on it. That maybe hopefully thinking up the middle because he's able to still go out and get this and hook this line drive to right field.
So that'll do it for Dean Kramer. He walks off the mound toward the first base line. He gets a nice hand. He leads with the lead, but the Red Sox have the tying run at third with only one out. A chance for Yoshida. Brandon Hyde goes to his bullpen in the top of the sixth inning. 1-0 O's. Let's take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Looks like it's going to be DL Hall, the lefty, the promising young pitcher for the O's to come on to face Yoshida and then Verdugo. Red Sox first and third, one down. We take a break from Camden Yards. Back with more after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
New Englanders know that for towing, hauling, or heading to a ball game, their Ford dealers are their truck headquarters. For a full lineup that works hard and plays harder, F-Series, featuring F-150 and the all-new Super Duty, the best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. The turbocharged Ranger and the compact Maverick, built Ford tough and the official truck of your Boston Red Sox. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. We're your friends, your neighbors, your fellow New Englanders. We circle the same rotaries and clean up after the same storms. Being your neighbor helps us provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England. Here for good.
DL Hall is on to face Masataka Yoshida with the Red Sox. First and third, one out, and actually Alex Cora is going for it. He's going to pinch hit for Yoshida with Adam Duvall, which I'm sure the Tampa Bay Rays will appreciate. Same Rays who decimated the visitors' clubhouse at Fenway Park last night with a champagne celebration. Fully a week after they clinched their playoff spot. Be that as it may, Duvall will hit here. The tying run at third and one down, and Devers at first against the left-hander DL Hall.
Well, I just feel like Cora is going to play the game out to win. You can only do so much, right? You only got a couple of guys called up in September, so you got all your guys here, and you got an opportunity to go out and win a ball game. I think you're going to respect the game and do it.
Here's Adam Duvall, who takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Pinch hit last night did Duvall. Always powerful. Great Fenway swing. If anybody can hit it out in left field in this park, it is this man. 21 homers. 0-1 is low, a fastball. And it's 1-1. It was actually George Vesey who wrote the Sandy Koufax memoir that I'm thinking of. But the similarities between Sandy and Brooks Robinson are numerous. 1-1 is swung on and missed, the fastball. And it's 1-2 as all the memories poured in for Brooks Robinson the last week. So many comparisons to Stan Musial, who Brooks really looked up to as a man, a teammate, and a person. 1-2 to Adam Duvall. They lead at first and third. The pitch is low. In fact, one former Brooks Robinson teammate was famously recorded as having said, compared to Brooks Robinson, Stan Musial was hard to get along with. I mean, Stan is known throughout the history of the sport as one of the all-time great gentlemen. 2-2 to Duvall, swinging a high fly foul on the right field line.
Yeah, DL Hall, he's got a good fastball, 97. Against righties, it's fastball, changeup. Against lefties, it's pretty much slider, fastball, but he's got a good one. Just another prospect here for the These Orioles lefty coming out of the pen.
For a long time, it was Rodriguez and this guy as the future anchors of their rotation. 2-2 to Duvall. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased ball 3. He is gone, and the Red Sox just continue to swing and miss too much.
Yeah, this one here wasn't even close in the zone. Actually, he just got away from him. Got almost that left-hander's batter's box, and Duvall just got himself reaching up there for it. Now it's up to Verdugo here with 2.
16 strikeouts last night, 9 more tonight. Verdugo's 0 for 2 with a couple punch-outs. Here he faces D.L. Hall. Stan the Man was in the minor leagues as a pitcher, kind of a two-way player for the Cardinals, and he dove in the outfield and broke his throwing shoulder. He was forever more just a hitter and became one of the great all-time hitters. Here's Verdugo, who takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Baltimore 1, Red Sox 0. Kramer yields to Hall. Dean Kramer's really good tonight. Lifted after 5 1/3 innings. Pitch to Verdugo. Foul down the left field line, 0-2. Do you think for a team, Lou, that's out of it, it becomes harder to take a more collective approach to at-bats?
Yeah, I do. You know, and I think it's like a fight of just, like I said, there's a level of focus you're stepping in right now. Someone's throwing the ball 97 at you. But there's that another level you need.
0-2. Very close. Good take.
To not give in, you know, to sit there and be like, all right, he's going to come fastball. And it's a breaking ball. You just sort of wave at it. To be able to fight off good pitches, fighting off one good pitch can make all the difference in that bat, get a better pitch to hit the next one. These are little things you need to do.
First, Devers easily back.
It just feels like some of that's been missing.
Just by the way, in the PR booth to our left, legitimately there's a member of the support staff with a case of champagne that he's putting in their refrigerator.
Don't be afraid.
1-2.
We won't celebrate you, but we'll try it.
Pitch is upstairs, 2-2. Yeah, we got these paper coffee cups. I'd rather keep that stuff warm for a few more days. 1-0 O's. Tying run at third in Wong. Raffy at first. 2-2 to Verdugo. Here's the pitch. Low and in. Really good take. Close, but a ball, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, it was a slider. It's not where Hall wanted the ball. He was looking for this thing down and away. But he ends up going front door, almost throws it at his hip, and it comes back and it gets the corner. Still probably should have got the strike.
Isn't that one where a lefty could really drop the barrel of the bat and go deep?
Yeah, especially if you're kind of looking for something inner half. If you're just thinking fastball away and froze a little bit on that pitch.
Devers goes 3-2 is chopped up the middle. The second baseman Westberg has it over to first, inning over. Red Sox have their best threat of this game, but do not score. The O's are 9 outs away from an AL East championship. 1-0 they lead the Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
MJ Sullivan has the Hyundais you're looking for. Hi, this is Bill Sullivan. As fall arrives, so do new shipments of new Hyundais every day, all with savings up to $9,500. And you can reserve yours now. Tucsons, Elantras, Santa Fe's, the hard-to-find Palisades, and Ioniq 5s, just to name a few. We have them now, and we have more coming. How about a new 2023 Tucson SUV all-wheel drive? Get a $1,500 rebate and special financing. A 2023 Kona SUV all-wheel drive. Get a $1,000 rebate and special financing. Or a 2023 Santa Fe SUV all-wheel drive. Get up to $3,000 rebate and special financing. Don't forget, we want to buy your vehicle and we'll pay top dollar. Your current vehicle has never been worth more than right now. So whether you need a vehicle or not, MJ Sullivan will still buy your vehicle. And remember, all Hyundais come with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles, and owner's assurance. As fall arrives, so do more new Hyundais, all with savings up to $9,500. But it's only at MJ Sullivan Hyundai, at the corner of Broad and Coleman Streets in New London, or at mjsullivanhyundai.com. That's right, mjsullivanhyundai.com.
Electrified looks different for everyone. Just like that all-electric Toyota BZ4X, rollin' smoothified. Or that hybrid Tundra, making everyone jealousified. Or that plug-in Prius, looking so dreamified. Toyota is electrified, diversified.
The more ways we can choose to reduce carbon emissions, the closer we all get to Toyota's Beyond Zero vision for the future. Toyota, let's go places.
Greetings, podcast listeners. This is world-renowned, self-proclaimed couples therapist, Dr. Sheila. And I'd like to invite all of you to experience my couples therapy podcast, Say More. On the pod, I talk to couples and you get to listen in on other people's problems and then feel better about your own.
Say More with Dr. Sheila features Amy Poehler as Dr. Sheila. Listen and follow to Say More with Dr. Sheila on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Josh Winkowski is on for the Red Sox out of their bullpen as Chris Sale lifted after 5 good innings tonight. Really just the one ding against him, the Santander home run to deep left field. Chris, only 3 hits yielded in this game and the 1 run. He departs trailing 1-0, and here comes Winkowski. He will see Jorge Mateo, Austin Hayes, and Adley Rutschman in the Herb Chambers batting order in this bottom of the 6th. Pitch from Winkowski is a strike on the inside corner. Fastball. That is 0-1.
Yeah, Winkowski came in the other day against Tampa, 8th inning, couple guys on. Both of them scored, and that's been a little bit of a problem here with Wink coming in the middle of the innings.
0-1 is the ball outside.
Guys. So you get 23 runners inherited. 9 have scored. That's, that's a little bit higher in comparison. With Bernardino, 29, only 4 have scored.
1-1 is outside.
And if you're the guy coming out of the bullpen, but overall, I think it's been a fantastic year for him this year coming in, and the role he solidified, I think, worn down a little bit, and that might affect some location at times.
2-1. Check swing, a ball. All these things are related. The Red Sox did not have enough starting pitching this year. They were forced in the middle part of the year especially to lean on the bullpen. And that hurt people like Winkowski, even Bernardino, certainly Schreiber. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly deep into right field. Verdugo back at the warning track, does have room in front of the wall. He unnecessarily leaps and makes the play. And there's 1 down. I mean, it's easier to see and say from here, but I mean, he was reaching out with his left hand. He had a lot of room, but better safe than sorry. He jumped up and made the grab.
Yeah, he got to the middle of the track. That left hand was always put out there to feel for that wall, but he never felt the wall and still had to jump to get it. Either way, he's retired.
Here comes Austin Hayes. Meanwhile, it felt like most of the time Chris Martin came on with clean 8th innings as Josh Winkowski misses outside ball 1. But you look, he inherited 15 runners, and 1 of them scored. 1. Brilliant. On the IL today with a viral infection. The 1-0 is outside. It's a shame in this season, in some ways, the brilliance of Martin will get lost.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic year from Chris Martin. One of the better relievers in the game. When you start looking at some of the numbers that he had, ERA slightly over 1. I mean, it was fantastic.
That was the 75th pitch thrown by a Red Sox hurler, brought to you by the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and the Jimmy Fund as we honor the 75th anniversary this year. 1-0 goes in the 6th, 2-1. The leadoff man is popped out. Over our heads, out of play, 2-2.
You mentioned that starting pitching problem. What really got them in trouble is the fact they started. That's when they were playing their best baseball when it started. Like the first 4 or 5 weeks of this 3-man rotation bulk/opener. That's when they had that stretch where they had one of the better records in all of baseball.
2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with an elevated fastball, 2 down.
And it was great while it was happening. 4 or 5 week stretches when they caught fire. But you just sort of knew that you couldn't keep doing it, and you need to get some help. And as expected, it caught up to him. Period. And everybody's going 4 innings. Paxton went down. Crawford started going 4. He just started running out of it.
Here's Adley Rutschman for the first time batting left as he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. That's why it just never added up to not add arms at the deadline. That doesn't mean you trade Marcelo Meyer for Dylan Cease. The 0-1 pitch is down and in, but it's hard to imagine there were not other people available to just come give you a break until your rotation got healthy. 1-1 with 2 down and the bases empty. Pitch, swing, and a foul.
And to be honest, the guy that these guys got, Jack Flaherty, was something that I think would have helped you more than this team. I think Flaherty is a guy that you thought could give you some innings. These guys, they didn't need Jack Flaherty. They needed Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
They didn't need Flaherty. They needed a Scherzer. I know he got hurt. They needed a top-of-the-line guy. With this team that they had in their farm system, I'm an Orioles fan. I'm happy about Jack Flaherty? I don't think so.
1-2. He is down and in. And it's a delicate balance. Mike Elias and their whole team have gotten a lot of credit, and they deserve it for getting the team where they are with young, homegrown talent. But they didn't spend big in this offseason. Still the second lowest payroll in all of baseball. They didn't add a starter. They didn't do it at the deadline. Here's the 2-2. And that is very close, but a ball 3-2. And you never know. I mean, they've got 99 wins. They're going to be the 1 seed in the American League. When you have a team like this, you need to push.
They're a very good baseball team. I mean, was disappointed at the trade deadline and was extremely disappointing in the offseason.
3-2. Swing and a ground ball to third. Devers plays the second hop, plants and throws. Rutschman always runs hard. One of the many things to love about him. He is gone, though, and so are the O's. To the 7th inning we go. 1-0 Baltimore on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Electrified looks different for everyone. Just like that all-electric Toyota BZ4X, rolling smoothified. Or that hybrid Tundra making everyone jealous-ified. Or that plug-in Prius looking so dreamified. Toyota is electrified, diversified. The more ways we can choose to reduce carbon emissions, the closer we all get to Toyota's Beyond Zero vision for the future. Toyota, let's go places.
What's up, everybody? I'm Danny Parkins, based out of Chicago. This is my buddy Andrew Filipponi. He's based out of Pittsburgh. You really got to check out our podcast, First and Pod.
Twice a week, we're going to break down the NFL after Thursday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. It's every team, it's every game, it's all 32 teams. We give you a complete picture, and we get into it. We don't kiss each other's fannies on this show.
New episodes of First and Pod available when you wake up every Monday and Friday morning throughout the football season in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
Jones and Mego. Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now, back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the 7th we go. Quiet again for the Red Sox. They trail 1-0. Sale and Winkowski good, but the offense totally muted against Dean Kramer. Now DL Hall, as Story pokes one foul. He's got one of the 2 Red Sox hits. Devers the other. He's behind 0-1. Story, Abreu, and Valdez in the Herb Chambers batting order. Herb Chambers, Audi, Burlington, and Audi, Brookline. As Trevor looks at a pitch outside from Hall, 1-1.
It's going to be a big offseason for Trevor, a big season next year. Get back to what he was, what he is.
Fouled off on the right field side. He says he's so confident the player within will return.
Hey, look back at some of those years in Colorado. I know it's Colorado and Coors, but Arenado's swinging it outside. A lot of guys have swung it outside. You're just a good hitter, but it's been such an up and down experience here in Boston the first 2 years. Some injuries, slow start. Then got hot, then got hurt. Obviously this year.
1-2, high and outside.
Because he's a player that if he got hot, people would love. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. He's athletic. He steals bags. He plays Gold Glove type caliber defense. I mean, got everything you kind of root for.
2-2 is fisted foul. And he's a perfect complement to the pieces from the left side the Red Sox already have in their order. They need real right-handed thump between Devers and Casas especially. Here's the 2-2. Trevor swings and fouls it back.
Well, he's a story of old. You go back to 290, 35, 30 home runs, that caliber player, you really need him hitting fifth. At his ceiling, he could hit third between Devers and Casas. That you need those two right-handed bats.
2-2 is skied in the left center field. Over. And to his right is the center fielder Hicks. He's there to make the play. One down.
I go back to that comment before the break. I was saying they disappointed me. Now, they're going to win 100 games. Yeah. They're going to win the American League East. And the reason why I say that is that their payroll is $60 million. It's 29th in baseball. This offseason, I expected them to go out and get that frontline starter and get that, big bat in this lineup as well.
Wilyer Abreu takes a strike. They now have so many young prospect players, too many. They have to trade some of them.
And then that's where the deadline came into play.
And takes the ball.
You have this great young team with the number one, farm system in all of baseball. And at the deadline, you bring in Jack Flaherty, who is having a down year in St. Louis and hasn't been good since he got here. You are a World Series contender. Now is when you got to get that payroll up to $100 million. You got to trade away a prospect or two and bring in a Justin Verlander to get you over the hump, and it just didn't happen.
0-2 to Wilyer Abreu. The pitch is grounded hard to first, bobbled a little bit by Mountcastle. He picks it up, throws to first, and it is just in time. Very close. Wilyer thought he was safe. I thought to the naked eye they did just barely beat him there. Red Sox will not look. Good recovery in the end by Mountcastle. And they're 2 down for Valdez. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. They're just making such a huge gamble that Grayson Rodriguez and Kyle Bradish can give them enough.
All right. Personally, I think it's going to cost him.
You just never know when you're going to have a lineup like this. Here's Valdez bouncing one to the right side. Second baseman Westberg has it, throws to first. Those are 6 out away. From the AL East crown, Red Sox offense just has got nothing going this week. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Winkowski continues after this on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Football season is finally back, and BetQL is here to help you win more consistently this year. BetQL is an absolute game changer if you're looking to find trends to help you win. Make smarter bets on spreads, totals, player props, and more. BetQL has already helped over 300,000 people with powerful analytics and community insights. Don't fumble away your cash this football season. Visit BetQL.com for their free daily analysis today. That's BetQL.com. BetQL.com.
Is yours.
Hi, this is Lou Merloni. Did you know that people with disabilities adapt on a daily basis? They're people you want on your team. At the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind, they help companies build an inclusive workforce. Call 617-421-9740 or visit mass.gov/vision to learn how to become an important partner and hire qualified candidates with MCB's talent pool. That's 617-421-9740 or mass.gov/vision.
Ripta's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all Rhode Island Public Transit Authority R-Line buses. Pay your Ripta fare with Wave Smart Card, Wave mobile app, or with $2 cash. On October 1st, please have your bus fare ready when boarding the R-Line. For more information, please visit Ripta.com. Thank you for riding Ripta.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-920-4487. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-920-4487. 800-920-4487. 800-920-4487.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Everybody's stretched out at Camden Yards. Thank God I'm a country boy. Always plays here between the top and bottom halves as the Red Sox and Josh Winkowski back to the mound. 1-0 O's. Santander to the plate from the left side. He pops the first pitch up. Back of second base. Story spun around a little bit. First went over his right shoulder. Now turns all the way around. Makes the play on one pitch. Santander is gone. One of my childhood heroes is here tonight. Cal Ripken in the front row just by the Orioles dugout. And other than Brooks Robinson, there are very few men who've ever worn the Oriole uniform that more symbolize the greatness of this organization that really was a hallmark for many decades. Here is Ryan O'Hearn pinch hitting for Mountcastle. He takes strike one from Winkowski.
It was an honor to actually play right here in this ballpark in his final game of his career.
0-1 is fouled off on the third base side.
We played him in 2001 because of 9/11. Games got reshuffled. We weren't supposed to finish the year in Baltimore. We ended up finishing the year in Baltimore, so it was Cal's final game. I actually played shortstop. David Cohen in the mound.
Wow.
I think his second or third at bat, he popped up to me to end the inning.
Here's a pitch in the dirt. Did that hit him? O'Hearn thinks so, and he will be given first base. What a cool memory that is.
Well, he hit me a fly ball to end the inning. I think it was the second or third at bat. And running in, the fans like, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. It's like, what are you, crazy? Cal Ripken just hit me the ball in this last game of the year. I'm keeping this. Like, what? Yeah, I'm sure you'd love to have it. What do you think I am? What I'm not a fan? It's Cal Ripken.
No kidding.
I kept it.
One down, base is empty. Now that rather with O'Hearn at first, here's Aaron Hicks from the left side, strike one. So even as a player, you were in awe of the greatness of Cal.
I mean, you recognize greatness, you recognize moments, and to play in Cal Ripken's final game of his career, the Iron Man here at Camden. I mean, it was a great night, great day. What are going on here?
I don't know. Winkowski, I think, summoned Wong to the mound. Dave Bush is going to join them. I was here September of '95 when he broke Lou Gehrig's record, 21-31 consecutive games played. And as a kid who grew up in this area, there were no nationals at that time. I mean, it's hard to overstate the importance that he exuded, not just to this town, this fan base, but to all of baseball, especially in those years after the strike.
Oh, he's one of the greats. Staple at shortstop.
Amazing he was so good at short, being so big.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. It wasn't the prototypical shortstop. And it gave a lot of big athletic kids reason to stay at short. And it turned into, well, what about Cal Ripken? He's a big guy. If he can do it, I can do it.
Gunnar Henderson feels the same way. He's on deck. Here's the pitch to Hicks. It is swung on and missed, and it's now 0-2. One down, bottom seven, 1-0 O's. Sort of a shifted double play depth for Red Sox. Raffy takes a few skips to his left. Pitch is swung on and missed. A fastball. And it's 1-2.
It's this guy, just a completely different player. He killed the Red Sox up in Boston last week with these 284 with the Orioles, 828 OPS.
And something must be wrong with Winkowski here because Alex Cora is now coming out. And Aaron Hicks, did he just get called out? Like for me, I thought maybe the count was wrong. Maybe Alex is just bringing Hicks out of the game. That was totally bizarre. Yeah, they're just going to take Winkowski out of the game. That must have been strike three to Aaron Hicks. So now there are two outs with a runner at first, and Cora is going to the bullpen for somebody to face Gunnar Henderson. We will step aside, come back to Camden Yards right after this. The Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. We're your friends, your neighbors, your fellow New Englanders. We circle the same rotaries and clean up after the same storms. Being your neighbor helps us provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England, here for good.
It's a couple.
Brendan Bernardino trying to get just a couple outs here as we go to him in the bottom of the seventh. There are 2 outs after Hicks was called out on strikes. It'll be Gunnar Henderson to face Bernardino. 1-0 Orioles with Ryan O'Hearn at first. Chris Sale, 5 innings here tonight. Just 1 run over 3 hits with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season. Red Sox Network donates $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation. You should too. 877 Cars for Kids. You go to carsforkids.com. We need to check in on the proceedings down in Atlanta with the Cubs and Braves hooking up. The Marlins are in New York. There's just massive drama in the National League wild card race. The D-backs have got to be feeling really good about their situation, but they lost to the White Sox today. The Braves got Matt Olson's 54th home run. He has 136 runs batted in. Braves lead the Cubs 5-1. Meantime, the Marlins scoreless in the 5th in New York, but bases loaded with 2 down. Also, the Blue Jays trying to close down a playoff spot. They lead the Yankees 2-0. Chapman homered in that game. So here's Gunnar Henderson. Takes strike 1 from Brennan Bernardino. He's been a revelation this season, has Bernie. So much to love. You don't want to miss the Subaru of New England, a lot to love event. Find your authorized retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 0-1 is a spinning slider that misses outside. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, and a big win last night for those Astros over Seattle. Huge win and get that game-and-a-half lead with they only have 3 to go. Seattle playing Texas final weekend.
1 swing and a miss by Gunnar.
And they're a half game behind Texas. So they're in one of those spots where, you know, if you win a game or 2, you can either win the division, you can solidify that playoff spot. So they're in a good spot right now. This is a big win last night for them.
1-2. Swinging a chopper toward first, but foul. The Mariners have been wild all year. Up and down. They got so much pitching. They either win 12 in a row or they go on a real slide. They picked an awful time to go cold.
Yeah, they looked unbeatable there for a while. Everybody in that division did. There was times when Houston just took off. We said, oh, that's it. They're going to win it. Then they come back. Seattle takes off. Texas we thought was dead. Then they go win 4 or 5 straight, and they look like they're going to make it to the playoffs too.
1-2 is a little low. Gunnar does check his swing on a slider. Curveball really from Bernardino, and it's 2-2.
Well, luckily for Gunnar, Angel Hernandez isn't down on third base.
Holy smokes. Rung up Bryce Harper today on the worst check swing call you will see.
Very similar to that one.
Not even close.
Not even close. He rung him up, and Harper pretty much walked his way down to third base. A little bit ago and got tossed. Walked all the way down to him.
2-2. Pitch is fouled off. It's unfathomable that Angel Hernandez is still a major league umpire. I know there's a union. I know there are roadblocks. Every night he does something that's crazy.
It is. And, it's getting comical now. It's like you got to step in. He's hurting the game.
2-2. Here's the pitch. That is strike 3 called. Another great job by Bernardino. And the Orioles only lead 1-0. They have 6 outs to get before they are the American League East champions. Dahlbeck, Wong, and Rafaela do up anyway for the Red Sox. Remember, Turner is available off the bench. We go to the 8th inning on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ripta's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all Rhode Island Public Transit Authority R-Line buses. Pay your Ripta fare with Wave Smart Card, Wave mobile app, or with $2 cash. On October 1st, please have your bus fare ready when boarding the R line. For more information, please visit ripta.com. Thank you for riding Ripta.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my new podcast, Search Engine. On Search Engine, we tackle the kinds of questions that keep you up at night. Like, why are drug dealers putting fentanyl in everything? Should we be worried that Elon Musk believes that we're living in a simulation? And, for the love of God, is it actually unsafe to drink the coffee on airplanes? On Search Engine, no question is too big and no question is too small. Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to The Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Orioles are going to their closer as we go to the 8th inning. Yanier Cano is on. Lou Merloni right on top of it. It was surprising to see him come on for 8-9-1, but the O's have the flame-throwing lefty Cionel Perez still available in their bullpen, and with Devers, Duvall, Verdugo in Yoshida's spot, a couple of lefties, they'll save Cionel for them. Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. He fouls the first pitch off on the first base side into the seats, and it's 0-1.
That just goes to show you how dangerous they are when they get Batista. You know, if they ever get him, what they were like earlier in the year. You know, with him closing these games out, Cano was basically unhittable. Cionel Perez is fantastic from the left side. You can really barrel it down.
Dahlbeck, soft ground ball to the left side. The third baseman, Gunnar Henderson, has it. He throws to first. Strong arm indeed. And there's one away.
I wonder what Cano was doing in, but, you know, you get Dahlbeck, Wong, Rafaela, and then ninth inning, Yoshida's out of the game, but it's still Devers, Duvall, Verdugo, Story, then Abreu, Valdez. There's a lot of lefties, right? 4 out of 6, so you could see Perez being the guy maybe to close this thing out.
Cano got his 8th save. He's the man without Bautista. There's some hope that Bautista could return. 70 appearances in his rookie year. Connor Wong looks at a breaking ball and misses outside for ball 1. I mean, they got him from the Twins for Lopez. What a deal, what a win that is for them. 1-0. The pitch is low. And it's 2-0.
It's just, that was 98. Looked like a split, but it's not just because of the downward action. It's just a power sinker. The changeup to lefties is filth. Sliders to righties.
2-0. That is another ball he missed there, and it's 3-0 to Wong.
He's tough. Stuff is... The Red Sox almost got him at Fenway Park. That was the game he got. They didn't send Story. That's what it was, from second base.
Indeed. 3-0 is a strike on the outside corner with 2 outs.
Yeah. Valdez down and away in that great changeup of his. Abreu, rather.
3-1. Swinging a chopper on the right side, and it is through into right field, a base hit. Westberg went diving after it, but Connors stayed inside the ball, and he is aboard as the tying run with 1 down in the 8th.
Yeah, it's really what you have to do against this guy. You know, that 98, it's like a bowling ball just coming in with that big sink. You got to make him get it up. You got to make him get it away from you. You know, outer half, and you got to try to shoot it the other way, which is what Wong does. It's that ground ball gets through the infield.
Here's Rafael. It'd be a good idea to repeat that right here. Pitch is line foul down the right field line. Stay tuned for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Nissan USA.com. Rafaela looking down to third. I doubt anything's on. Wong leading at first, held over there by Mountcastle. 0-1. Pitch is swung on and missed. That was the splitter, and it's 0-2. I say Mountcastle. That's got to be Ryan O'Hearn, who pinch hit for Mountcastle. It is. So Rafael in an 0-2 hole. The anticipation rising here in Baltimore. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Outside. With a slider, and it's 1-2.
Looks like Perez is up and warming for the Orioles. Red Sox got a double barrel out there. You'd imagine if it stays trailing 1-0, you'd see one guy up, tie game, or leading, you'd see somebody else.
1-2, the pitch. Swinging a little dribbler foul on the first baseline. Cedon barely stays alive.
Can't really see it all, huh? From up here, who that is. They got that scoreboard behind it, so you can't even see the body. It's like a silhouette.
This is one where you got to know their motion, their delivery. I don't know. Is that maybe Nick Robertson? It's hard to say. I don't think it's Kedler.
I think when in doubt, you guess one's Jovera. He's always in
He's
these
up
games,
more than
right?
most.
Yeah.
1-2 to Cedon Rafaela. Oh, yeah, the Diesel Direct poll results. We'll give them to you in a moment. 1-0 Baltimore. 1 on, 1 out in the top of the 8th. 1-2 to Rafaela. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with that nasty splitter. And they're 2 down.
And that thing just bottom drops out. And, you know, we always talk about hitting and how do you lay off of that. It's 98. Okay, that wasn't even a split. It just looked like it. It was 98 miles an hour, drops 1.5 feet. You got to respect the velocity. You guessed right on fastball. It just disappeared on you, and it's a swing and miss.
So Brendan Hyde is going to get Cionel Perez to face Devers with 2 down in the 8th inning. The Diesel Direct results as Cano gets a massive standing ovation. 67% say Chris Sale unlikely to be the Red Sox opening day starter. That seems trivial in the moment. 1-0 Orioles. They're 4 outs away from an AL East championship. Perez and Devers in the yard he loves right after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. We're your friends, your neighbors, your fellow New Englanders. We circle the same rotaries and clean up after the same storms. Being your neighbor helps us provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England, here for good.
Cionel Perez, the flame-throwing lefty, is on to face Rafi Devers. The Red Sox have the tying run at the plate with 2 down in the 8th inning. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Perez last year was just about the best reliever in the game. He's been at times great this season. A little bit up and down, a 3.61 ERA. He does have 3 saves, but he's been on some kind of roll. 3 earned runs in his last 25 total appearances. So here he is to face Devers, who has singled, walked, and struck out swinging.
Yeah, that's why they kind of go to Cano in that 8th inning, or to start it off at least with the 3 righties, because you got this guy waiting where lefties are hitting 209 off of him. I mean, it's a good sinker at 96, 97, his slider 84. That's the challenge for those lefties. That's a good pitch. Guys hitting 167 off of it. He's tough on lefties. He's going to face a few right here. Devers, and then maybe he can get the DeWall to him.
So here comes Rafi. Get you his numbers against Cionel Perez in just a moment. Left on left. Long leading at first. Again, Devers has crushed Camden Yards. Pitch to him is a beauty. Slider on the outside corner, 0-1. Runs batted in for Devers. The pitch, swinging a chopper, and on the hands, and just like that, it's 0-2.
82-mile-an-hour first pitch breaking ball, then it's 98-mile-an-hour sinker. Perez fired up. Usually sits around 96, but you kind of know what's at stake here right now for the Orioles.
0-2. Long runs, and a pitch is outside. Throw to second, and it almost got him, but Connor's safe with a foot-first slide. Pitch was very close, taken for a ball. from his knees. McCann made a great throw, but Wong does steal the base, so now the tying run in scoring position.
Yeah, I like that. And I know normally you're in scoring position at first with Devers, but it's 0-2 against a tough lefty. If you do get tossed up, your best hitter gets to reset it. Already seen a couple pitches from the guy. Take that gamble, get in scoring position.
1-2 to Devers. Here it is. Raffy swings and softly grounds it to the right side. The first baseman O'Hearn, glove, spins, throws. Barehand catch by Perez over at first. Amazing way to end the 8th inning. And Baltimore is now 3 outs away from winning the American League East. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 1-0 O's on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Electrify looks different for everyone. Just like
with the people who bring you the sports you love, as well as roundtables with sports